Hey tea heads, this is Don from Mei Leaf. In this video, Japanese versus Chinese black tea. In this video, we are going to be tasting our newly launched Japanese black tea, Kaori Black, against one of our most popular teas, Little Tongmu. I'm joined here by Celine.
Hello.
And I'm joined here by Little Ayana.
I'm back and now I'm dancing to make sure that she relaxes.
So we've got a little Ayana cam here.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can...
She's awake actually.
She's awake. Hello. Hello, little one. So she's going to be joining us for our first tea tasting together. So we've got Kaori Black and we've got our Little Tongmu. So we've been looking for Japanese black teas for quite a few years. We really have been trying to encourage farmers in Japan to produce more oolongs, more black teas, more white teas, because for those of you who don't know, the Japanese tea market is actually shrinking because there's not enough variety in the market, in our opinion, and it's not exciting the consumers. So while they do some stellar, as we know, stellar green teas, they really need to branch out and have more varieties. And we've been tasting lots of black teas in Japan.
Man. Lots of black teas.
Lots of black teas. Nothing really
stood out.
No.
Like it was just a little bit too coarse, a little bit too rough.
Exactly. Very rough, very coarse. It felt like a sort of over-oxidized green tea.
Yeah.
Now the thing about Japan is that they work on a very sort of highly fine-tuned automated system most places, and therefore it's very difficult to break that apart and start to change things because it's basically a conveyor belt system. And so it's been a challenge, I think, for them to get their head around how to take that system and sort of break it apart a little bit and produce some black teas. And when we tasted this in spring, this Kaori black tea, it doesn't look necessarily the prettiest of teas, but it really, really surprised us with its taste. Let's quickly scope these teas. Yes. So we've got this one here, which is Kaori Black, and this one here, which is Little Tongmu. The season, they're both spring 2019. This is going to be slightly earlier, probably April 2019 versus May 2019. Cultivar, this is the Xiaozhong variety, so the small leaf variety from Tongmu village. And this one here is a hybrid, a new cultivar, relatively new cultivar called Kaori Fuji, which is a mix of Yabukita, which is a very commonly used cultivar for making green tea in Japan, and it has a very sort of vibrant but quite let's say strong bodied taste to it. But they've mixed it, they've crossed it with Inzatsu 131, and Inzatsu 131 has altogether more floral notes to it, and I think this is what makes this tea really, really great for black tea. So it's Kaori Fuji is the cultivar. The origin, this one here, is from the birthplace of black tea. So we're comparing the birthplace of black tea with a relatively modern black tea. So this comes from Tongmu. If you've not watched our video all about Tongmu village, go check it out. The dream village for tea production. So that's Tongmu village in Fujian in China. This comes from Fujieda in Shizuoka in Japan, one of the most large provinces of making tea in Japan. The picking and processing, you can see here there is a difference. The picking for the Little Tongmu is a little bit more fine, a little smaller leaf compared to the Kaori Black, which has a little bit more roughness to it. It's a little bit larger leaf, and it's interesting because when you go to Japan, you see that the picking in Japan for their green teas as well as any other type of teas is much larger leaf than in China. In China, they have much finer picking than in Japan, and so you can see that the Chinese tea is finer picking than the slightly rougher picking of the Japanese tea. The processing, we know the processing for Little Tongmu. It's going to be picked, it's going to be withered, it's going to be rolled, it's going to be allowed to oxidize, and then it will go through its heating and drying process. The black teas in Japan, I have not witnessed myself the processing. I do believe they still use some of that conveyor belt system, so it will, I think, go through some steaming. The producer says that it goes through a shallow steaming process, which is very unusual for a black tea. Elevation on these are very different. The Fujieda Shizuoka province is low level. This is 60 meters compared to super high 1,300 meters in Little Tongmu village. Hello, little Aya. Are you waking up?
She's like dozing and then waking up. It's her thing.
Well, that's a thing.
Yeah.
That's what babies do. Okay, so there's your scope. Now let's dive in and taste these teas. So we are going to heat up.
I love doing comparison tastings. That's why I was like, okay, I'm joining in this time.
Yeah,
That's it.
she refused to miss out on this one. She's like, no, I'm doing it. I'm doing it with Ayana.
We're a team. We can do this.
We can do it. Let's see how things hold out. This could either be a very good idea or a very bad idea.
It's never a bad idea with tea.
Well, with this little one, hopefully she's not going to start crying. But she's been a very, very good girl.
She has.
Very, very good girl. Okay, so Little Tongmu versus Kaori Black. Let's start with Tongmu.
Yeah,
okay,
let's do
you
that.
go first.
Okay.
What are you sniffing?
Oh, it's like a bouquet of flowers, you know. Super sweet. Very, very fragrant. That's how I remember it anyway.
Any particular references, flower references?
Lychee. Sorry.
No, lychee's not a flower. I get it. Those aromatics.
Geraniums.
Yeah.
Honey notes as well. I know that's not a flower again, but it's like strong honey.
Yeah.
Geranium flowers.
Geranium for sure. A little bit zesty. Reminds me a little bit
True.
of Eastern Beauty. It has that sort of bug-bitten aroma, that geranium terpenes.
That just comes
And
out.
lychees. I'm also getting raspberries.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Raspberries and honey nougat. Very, very aromatic. Very, very sweet. Nothing that anybody would have any...
Getting her smelling.
Nothing that anybody would have any issues with. Nothing challenging at all. It's just so pleasant. It's like just sticking your nose in a bouquet of fruits, flowers, and honeys and nougats. Okay.
Yes.
Compared with Kaori Black.
Oh, it smells good, man. Very buttery in comparison. And it has a hint of a rose aroma in there.
Yeah.
Again, sweet.
Sweet. So that I'm getting a little bit more of a confectionery note to this one.
Yeah.
I'm getting things like not chocolate, but maybe flapjacks.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm getting.
Flapjack's good. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm getting. It's got more of a buttery, creamy note to it, like you said.
Yeah.
I'm getting like a cream cheese frosting.
Do you want to smell it too?
Do you want to smell too, Aya?
Yeah.
Have a sniff.
That's good sniffing. That's good sniffing.
She did sniff. I'm getting, like a vanilla cream cheese frosting, but I do get some flowers as well. A little bit of geranium is still there, so there's definitely
cream cheese
frosting, isn't it? Like on a carrot cake.
That's
so
exactly
very much, I would say this one is more floral,
fragrant, like fruity, but like not passion fruit, but like exotic fruits. And this one's more creamy baked goods, but with a hint of rose, a little bit of a hint of cherry jam in it.
Yeah.
In smell anyway.
Agreed. Okay. So same aromas, pretty much same palette, just amplified. So lots of geranium, a little bit of sort of skunky woodiness happening. I'm getting that raspberry as well, fresh raspberries. I think we said raspberry yogurt in our tasting notes before.
Oh my god!
And we said rhubarb, I think, before. It still has that sour yogurty rhubarb note to it.
But very fragrant.
Yeah.
Yeah. That smells.
Geranium and rose. So again, just super fragrant.
Yeah.
It is one of our most popular black teas, right? If you've not tried Little Tongmu, if you like Eastern Beauties, but you want sort of that flavor profile at a much lower price tag.
Yeah, exactly.
then it is. It's definitely
so
the pro tip.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Wet Kaori Black.
Oh.
Ooh, creamy. Still that cream cheese frosting.
Oh,
creamy.
Oh.
It's a little bit more zesty, but I'm definitely getting those flapjacks and cream cheese frosting.
I'm salivating.
I am actually too. Really, really, again, deeper, creamier, very sweet, very, very sweet.
It's so interesting because it's properly like baked goods in like a bakery, but then there's a zestiness that comes through.
But the baked is not like a roasted note.
No.
It's more like very lightly
It's like
baked.
buttery
Yeah.
creams, you know, that kind of
Yeah.
smell in the air. And and then there's that hint of a little fruity note.
What fruit?
I keep thinking like cherry, but I don't think it's actually cherry.
No, it's more pineapple-y?
Yeah. Actually, more like pineapple. Maybe canned pineapple.
Canned or cooked pineapple.
Yeah,
Not
more of that
very
sweeter.
zingy, a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Really, really great aroma.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 90-degree water. Let's brew them back to back. Let's
Sweet.
do this. Kaori Black. It's in stock as well as all of our Japanese teas from this year. It's been a bit of a mission this year. Another fun and games with customs this year. This year has been crazy with customs. I don't know. They seem to be picking on us. I feel like I'm dealing drugs sometimes.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
So yes, we've got our Masters Matcha, we've got our Ceremonial Matcha 2019, we've got an amazing Gyokuro. Oku Hikari Gyokuro is incredible. You guys need to try it. We can't do a video about every single tea that we release. You have to try that Gyokuro if you're a Gyokuro lover. We've got the Fukamushi Sencha back in, we've got Hojicha, we've got Genmai Matcha, we've got another Sencha is still being held by customs. I'm not going to bore you with the backstory, but it will be coming soon once we can convince them to let the tea go. So for all of you who suffer pains in customs receiving tea, believe me, we feel you. We feel you on a big level.
100%.
Okay, let's take a look at the colour of these liquors.
So different, isn't it?
Very, very different.
So
much more red. I'll hold them both. So much more red. The Kaori Black is a lot darker, a lot more red compared to the very golden whiskey colour of
Little
Tongmu. I would say this is more maple syrup.
Yeah.
Sort of tones to it.
Definitely. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, really, really. They're both beautiful.
Yeah.
The Kaori Black, though, has a very lovely red tinge to it.
Yeah.
And that's what I was told by the producers, that this cultivar, the Kaori Fuji cultivar, is prized for certain things, but the colour is one of them. That red, very bright red, translucent.
It's got a little
colour.
Pink hue.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Well. Maple syrupy.
Cheers.
Okay, little Tongmu. Wow.
Oh.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh my gosh. I've been obsessed with pu'er, so like this is a treat.
Yeah, it's always good to switch it up. Interesting, I'm getting a marzipan note.
I was just gonna say, there's definitely
I've never had that before.
A marzipan note.
So I'm getting geraniums, rose, lilacs.
Rose water, lilac definitely is
some
there.
Fruit.
Yeah.
What fruit?
I still get a hint of lychee.
Yeah, lychee.
I'm
definitely.
obsessed with lychee in this one.
No, it's there. It's for sure. For sure.
But
it's
that
there.
marzipan.
Yeah, where did that come from?
Fragrance is crazy.
It's like it's been kept next to a bar of marzipan, which it hasn't, of course. It's been kept in our tins, of course.
That would be pretty mad that just leaving it next to a marzipan bar just gives it all that flavour.
Marzipan note. Wow, was not expecting that. Very, very nice. But takeaways are... Ooh,
I'm sorry.
She's reacting to the tea. Takeaways are very bright.
Very bright. Very smooth. Very silky.
It's got a little dry bite to it, though. It does have some quench.
But it feels like a dessert in a cup, you know?
Yeah.
It's like... You wouldn't add anything to it.
No.
You would just have it by itself as a treat.
Yeah. It's very, very vibrant in terms of its aromatics.
Yeah.
Again, think Eastern Beauty or Oriental Beauty, but in a black tea. So it's got a little bit more woods in there, a little bit more depth to it, I would say. Yeah, it's very floral, fruity aromatics.
It's very like a Turkish delight, you know, at the end of a meal, Turkish delight hits.
Well, same village as Jinjin Mei, right? And same cultivar as Jinjin Mei. So for those of you who don't know what Jinjin Mei is, one of the most expensive teas in the world, go check out the video. I'll put a link in the description below. It is still in stock. We purchased a lot of Gleaming Brow this year. So I feel like this sense of safety.
Yeah,
you know, we're sitting on a fair amount of Jinjin Mei, which is because it took us so many years to find a good one. Okay, Kaori Black. Speaking of taking us many years, this is the first Japanese black tea that we've taken in ever.
Yeah.
And I was starting to give up hope a little bit there that we weren't going to find anything, because as we said before, the black teas from Japan, just like the oolong teas, just felt like they were like hacked. You know, it felt like a course, like they tried to work through their system of making a green tea and sort of hacked it a little bit, and it just tasted coarse. It didn't taste like refined. Okay.
Or just like too new, you know, needed more work on.
Needed more work. They needed to really sort of cultivate the aromatics. Okay.
Cheers.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, it's so much deeper. Like Little Tongmu is very zesty in comparison. And by zesty, I don't mean the bitterness of a zesty. I just mean like the freshness of
pithy,
it.
just
not
zesty.
pithy, just zesty.
Pithy.
Pithy. This is deep, and smooth at the same time. But
interesting. It's an interesting mix of having a sort of milky note to it, like an oat milk sort of note to it, but backed up with a very clear, and this is going to sound stupid, black tea taste.
Yeah, it really reminds me of something, and that's going to sound really weird, but it really reminds me of a Hong Kong milk tea.
No, exactly.
You know? But without the milk, Hong Kong milk tea, when you put the milk and the sugar and everything in this cup.
Yeah, it's like got a sweetness to it, which is almost confectionery. Like it's a sugary sweetness. It's got a milkiness, but it's got a really strong black tea. And I think that this is this combination of the Yabukita, which we've tasted many Yabukita blacks, as well as many other cultivars of black tea. And they always have this sort of, when we taste them, we felt like, oh, that's like a really similar note to an Assam.
Yeah.
You know, or something from Ceylon.
Yeah.
Those kinds of black teas. Very rich in body depth, but can be quite coarse and quite rough, but still satisfying in its own way. But, you know,
still got fragrance to it, you know?
But it's more of that bite, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't purchase Japanese black teas precisely because they were just a bit too coarse.
Yeah.
Whereas this Kaori Black, when we first tasted it, and today as well, and I'm not sure if it's the hybridization with that Inzatsu 131, but it's just lifted it, isn't it? It's brought it
100%.
into this territory where now you're getting these very nice aromatics on top of that body and that richness.
And a creamy note.
Yeah.
Which I didn't find with a lot of the Japanese black teas. I mean, pretty much all the Japanese black teas that we tried.
No, it was all very sort of astringent and hard.
Drying.
Yeah.
This is very smooth in comparison.
Yeah.
Very smooth.
But still has some bite, has some body, has some satisfaction.
Yeah.
And so you would say that it is very different to Little Tongmu.
Very different.
Right?
Yeah.
Little Tongmu is very much of those bright aromatics, elegant, delicate, light.
Yeah.
This one here.
You know what? This one.
Yeah.
I would totally have with some kind of baked goods, like a brownie or like just some cakes. Whereas the Little Tongmu, I wouldn't do it so much. I would just have that by itself.
Funny you should say that, because the producer said that the Kaori Fuji cultivar was produced specifically to make black tea that would be suitable for pairing with Western confectionery.
Serious?
In other words, it's a black tea which is designed for your tea and cakes. But you don't need to add the milk, you don't need to add the sugar, and it certainly is a delicious tea to drink by itself. But certainly I agree with you. If you're thinking about a black tea to pair with cakes, pair with desserts, pair with sandwiches, pair with those kinds of foods. I would select the Kaori Black over Little Tongmu. Little Tongmu is more elegant and light and delicate, and you wouldn't really want to mess with those flavors so much. Let's have another sip of this.
That's so interesting. They're great project. It works.
Yeah. And it's so good that Japan is moving in this direction. I'm so happy about it because this is, it's just adding new life to the Japanese tea market, which is so important. So important for their industry, because there's a lot of farms that are going out of business because of the fact that there's the industry is sort of flagging a little bit, and this is absolutely necessary.
And you know what? If they do teas like that, then go for it, because that worked.
It fits its purpose. It is a delicious tea by itself, but that bite, it's very soft and smooth at the beginning, but the bite that you get and that quenching Assam quality or Ceylon quality that it has, that is certainly not what you get in Chinese black teas.
No.
Right?
True.
Definitely there's a place for this.
Yeah.
A high-end Assam-esque tea that has more floral and more,
fragrance.
Fragrance going on. So we've got maple. I'm getting maple syrups. I'm getting still some of that oat milk.
And also, weirdly, because I was talking about brownies, but there is like a brownie aftertaste to it.
Yeah, I'm also getting some of the rhubarb that I was getting in Little Tongmu as well. So there's that bright, slight acidity, which is very, very important to cut through your confectionery if you are pairing.
Acidity.
All right, this is a bit hot, so I'm going to just pour on the side. We're going to do one more brew.
I was going to say a little bit more lemony, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, again, maybe more of that sort of Ceylon note to it.
Yeah.
We got 4 grams of each tea here. Normally I'd put a tiny bit more in the Tongmu, but I wanted to do a like for like as best as we can.
I wish you could try those teas.
Very soon.
Very, very soon.
And if people are wondering about caffeine and breastfeeding, we've done a whole video all about that.
Yeah.
You can go check that one out as well if you have any questions or thoughts about that. Caffeine during pregnancy. You certainly have had to restrict yourself a little bit more, well, a lot more than you wanted to.
Yeah, but it's okay. I had a lot of tea before I was pregnant, so apparently it balances it out if I have a little bit more than people that don't have too much tea.
Oh, really?
Beforehand. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, one more sip of the Tongmu, and then we'll sniff those empty Gongda bays.
Thank you very much.
Piggy's gonna get final few drops.
That piggy makes bubbles with its nose.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that until very recently.
Shout out to Adrian.
Yeah, shout out to Adrian.
Just working in Mei Leaf. I did notice it before.
Did you?
But then he posted a little video of the bubbles below.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
Okay, so Tongmu. Yeah, light.
Oh my god.
Oh, aromatic, geraniums, still a little bit of that marzipan.
Again, make a perfume out of this, man. I'll wear it. I would wear it.
Yeah, Eau de Tongmu. Wow. And cherry coming through. Really, really lovely. You could pair it with food, but
you could.
I think you
just finding what food to pair with. I think it'll be more difficult than with the Kaori. Is that how to say it?
Yeah, Kaori Black definitely would be suitable for lots. The smell is a bit more roasted, a bit more toasty. I'm getting those dark tweel biscuits.
Oh, yes.
Slightly just over the edge. You pulled it out the oven a bit. You know how tweel biscuits can easily just go a bit too dark.
Ginger biscuits.
Ginger biscuits.
I get those ginger biscuits,
which is what we got for Ginger May for Gleaming Brow, I think.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's got that tweel ginger. High sugar content.
Yeah, those ones that go with the coffee. What's it called? I always forget. The little biscuits that go with the coffee.
Speculoos.
Yeah, speculoos. A little bit of that.
So spiced biscuits.
Spiced biscuits.
Very, very nice, of course. And now,
oh my gosh.
Kaori Black. Piggy's going to get a big dousing of this one.
Mm-hmm. Yum yum.
Here you go, Piggy.
Cheers.
See if you blow any bubbles. I'm not sure if I can't see them.
You gotta do. Oh, here we go. Here's the bubble.
There's a bubble.
I love it. I love this Piggy so much more right now.
Wow. Punchy.
It's so like Hong Kong milk tea.
Yeah, but very nice sweet finish.
Yeah.
Very, very nice sweet finish.
Super satisfying.
And the empty cup is totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fudge. I'm getting vanilla fudge.
Oh, I was going to say vanilla cheesecake.
Vanilla cheesecake, yeah. Vanilla fudge. Less biscuity than this one.
100%.
More, again, straight up confectionery note happening.
And there's like icing sugar smell to it as well.
Bit of coconut as well. Desiccated coconut.
Yeah.
Oh, icing sugar in this one, did you say? Yeah. I know what you mean. Icing sugar and dark Tweel biscuits.
A little bit of maple syrup in that one in comparison to the icing sugar.
This is like coconut macaroons, fudge. It's real coconut macaroons.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I was going to serve tea and cakes, this would be my winner.
Yeah,
I mean, this really, it's just got such an amazing confectionery taste to it.
Yeah.
The sweetness, the bracing, slightly dry finish is really nice to cut through. So, conclusions, Celine.
Yeah.
Japanese versus Chinese black tea. Of course, there's going to be many different types of Japanese black tea. There are many different types of Chinese black tea too. But we've got something from the birthplace, and then we've got a new style Japanese black tea. What would you say are the main takeaway points, differences?
With Little Tongmu, it's really light and fragrant and smooth, so I would just have it by itself. I wouldn't necessarily pair it, although you could. But with the Japanese black tea, because it reminds me so much of this comforting Hong Kong milk tea, I would pair it with baked goods because it's got that nice cutting.
When you say baked goods, I always think of something dark. But it's like, it could be anything. It could be cakes, it could be
mainly
sandwiches.
thinking on the cake side of things. But yeah, I would do that. Also, it's quite a nice high-end English breakfast tea. I would go for that if someone
I mean, if you are craving that strength of a black tea, like a Ceylon or an Assam, but you're looking for something, dare I say it, to be like the top end of those, a little bit of that sort of really higher echelon that has more aromatics that you would love to drink by itself, that you wouldn't necessarily mix with anything like milk, because it does have already a milky quality to it, then the Kaori Black is, for me, it's something that should be a staple in people's cupboards.
100%,
It's an everyday drinking tea, and I don't mean that in any sort of negative way. It's still a high-end tea, and you can still drink it by itself, but it's just got that, you can imagine just going for it like as your brew up a nice black tea and have that with your food. And
it's not powdery, and you don't need to add milk to it, you don't need to add sugar to it. It's just satisfying how it is. Like, it's quite amazing, actually.
Yeah, they've done a good job. They've done an absolutely good job. Well,
she's asleep.
She's totally asleep, that one.
No.
Okay. You're not going to say anything, are you?
I love tea.
Oh my gosh, she looks a little bit like the piggy right now from this angle. Blow a bubble, blow a bubble. Anyway, she's going to snooze through it. She'll no doubt taste it later.
In me.
So there you go, Kaori Black. Check out this black tea if you're interested, and also, as I said, all of the Japanese teas from this year, apart from one Sencha, which we're still waiting on, are in stock.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me. It's been
I'm so glad I got to join, and
nice to have you
for not crying.
Yeah, exactly. She's been a very good girl.
Yeah.
But nice to have you back on the sofa, and I'm sure everybody out there have missed you greatly. That's it, tea heads. Check out our other videos. Taste our teas wherever you are in the world by visiting meileaf.com, and come visit our tea house if you're ever in London. Other than that, I'm Don. This is Celine from Mei Leaf. Thank you for being a part of the revelation of true tea. Stay away from those tea bags. Keep drinking the good stuff and spread the word, because nobody deserves bad tea.
Bye.